Now, y'all have heard, right, here in the news many times, Trumpy boys say things, and other right-wing nuts, but right there, that's just telling you who they are, right-wing nuts. And they're calling the news media the enemy of the people. But that's the phrase that Nazis used. That's the phrase that Soviet commies used to justify murder. Murder. Gas chambers. Detention camps. Concentration camps. That's what Republicans are to Nazis and Soviet commies of repression. They can't take the facts. They can't take inquiry. Here he is, Trumpy boy, standing up there and saying, fake news. Fake news? The news is pointing out facts, background, information, evidence about Trump's illegalities. So, of course, Trumpy boy, a deranged person that he is, can't take any of that stuff. He just blows off, right? So he just kind of pushed that aside. And the propaganda, though, is what is interesting in this culture. And how is it playing with the American public, actually? Because all the public, all of you should know, you have to have an uncensored news media so you have any idea of what's going on. What is government doing? What are they doing with your tax money? Where are they doing in domestic policy? What are they doing in international policy? Well, here you got the Republicans who want to hide everything. Hide everything. Of course they do. They're criminals. The whole Republican Party is criminals, just like Trump, just like Pence. It isn't that Trump, initially and somewhat you would hear, oh, Trump's just unique. He's just an anomaly. He's different, that's all. No, he isn't. He's exactly what Republicans are. Corporate criminals, multimillionaire rich. As you see, another example. Trump still refuses to release his taxes. Why? What's he got to hide? He keeps saying, oh, I'm fine, I'm good, OJ. No. Well, then release it, Trumpy boy. Then just release the taxes. If you're so sure, nothing's there. And the same with the things about the Mueller report that are, as of this recording, are still being held up by, the Republican wacko picked by Trump, William Barr, to block any investigation. And so far, they're saying, oh, no, can't do it. Why? You just said he was exonerated. Barr even said it. He's tried to say, oh, there's no obstruction. Oh, okay. Well, if there isn't, why are you hiding it? That has to be the ongoing propaganda about Trump, is that you always are just going to say, what are you hiding? If you got nothing to hide, release your financials. If you got nothing to hide, well, release the Mueller report then. All of it. Well, they do have stuff to hide. Big time stuff to hide. Big time. So what do Republicans do? They've done it since Nixon. Criminal Nixon. Where he had his Spiro Agnew. Remember? He had to resign the vice presidency because he was a criminal as well. But Spiro Agnew was up there saying, oh, the media, they're just biased. Oh, gosh, they're biased. Oh, geez, they're biased. Well, folks, as you saw with Spiro Agnew, with Nixon, with Reagan, with cocaine trafficking and Iran-Contra affair, with Bush Cheney lying to you about invasion in Iraq, and it was all made up and based on well-known lies that they were trying to tell us were true. Republicans got a lot to hide. And an independent news media keeps going around and just does its job to benefit you. You have to know what's going on. You're supposed to be the informed basis of this whole thing called government. We the people. To go out and vote and make an intelligent vote, well, you got to know what's going on. And the news media is your vehicle to ride. And of course, folks, every dictatorship throughout history, it's not unique to Republicans, you know. Every dictatorship throughout history uses the same techniques of repression, lies, and news censorship. Closing down of the news and open news media so there's just stuff that's controlled by the ruling dictator. Well, that's what Trumpy Boy is trying to suggest and continue to impress us. Say, oh, it's all just fake news. Oh, Jesus. But, wait a minute. There is one, though. There is one. The state-controlled propaganda wing of the Republican Party, Fox News. And you laugh, I know, because you know Fox News was intentionally created to be right-wing propaganda. Right-wing propaganda. Roger Ailes was this, corporate criminal kind of guy, a friend of the criminal Nixon. And Roger Ailes created Fox News intentionally to be right-wing propaganda. So every time you hear it was on Fox News, well, you know exactly that it was right-wing nuts then. Okay, it was right-wing nuts. You can discount that for its bias right there. Because that's what it's intentionally made for. When you have a president of the United States being such an racist, overtly, remember his birther background, when you got him being such a criminal, over 500 federal prosecutors have all joined in and said from the information they've been released, just what has been released in the Mueller report, Trumpy Boy would be indicted for multiple felonies. Felonies. Jail time, which he deserves. Big time. And there's a lot more to come. If they get the full report, if they get in there and actually start an impeachment inquiry, then that opens the door for all the information about Trump's criminality, including, well, you got to see his taxes. So you got to see, well, did he get money from the Ruskies directly? Let's see the taxes. Let's see that information. Did he get money from other big, rich, right-wing nuts to influence policy, like in, destroying and polluting your environment? Well, let's see. And you are going to see the big collapse. Not only of Trumpy Boy, but it's sure going to put a sting in the whole Republican Party. Because the whole Republican Party is Trump. And Pence. Don't discount Pence. Pence is the Christian wacko side of the Republicans. Trumpy Boy, he's the corporate criminal. The real money behind the Republican Party. The racism behind the Republican Party. And Pence is the repression of women, repression of homosexuals, the whole thing of trying to assert a Christian Sharia law into America. Wacko stuff, unconstitutional stuff, illegal stuff. Well, that's the Republican Party. So in desperation, That's what it sounds like you can say. Is really in desperation. He's got to get up with all these wild phrases that he picked up from the Nazis. Oh, it just happens that old Trumpy boy is a racist. So, of course, he's kind of knowledgeable about the phraseology of Nazis. About, the communist dictatorship, the Stalin dictatorship as well. So he uses the phrase about news media, enemy of the people. Nazis use that type of stuff. And that should tell you right there. That's who Trump is. That's who the Republicans are.